I'm going to start with a reading, and the reading is from the book written by Stephen Wollaston, also known as Santoshan. And in this book, he has written down the text of conversations he had with Glyn Edwards, one of the very well-known medium in the United Kingdom, and also a very loved tutor at the Arthur College for a very long time. The reading is in fact from a part, it's an appendix of conversations on the powers. And Stephen is asking questions to Glyn. And the question I've chosen today is, what practices have you found helpful for your abilities and how do they affect your daily life? Meditation, in the more traditional sense of the word, has certainly enhanced my spiritual awareness, and its effects have spilled over into enhancing my mediumship. The use of mantra has also affected my psychic and mediumistic awareness. The practice that has come to be known as sitting in the power, which was given to me through the trance medium Mark Webb, has particularly aided my abilities and benefited other areas of development, because it helps in bringing about an awareness of the power which is in all. As simple as the practice is, I have found that it leads to an awakening to realms of infinite love that integrates the spirit with our world and can be communicated with. This then leads to a realization that just as human life lives on, so does all life. These practices have enriched my life and enhanced my spiritual search. But it is not over yet, as the search is an eternal one for us all. Other practices that some might not immediately think of as important parts of development, but can help us broaden the abilities we have and take a more holistic approach, involves such things as studying numerous wisdom traditions and spiritual philosophies, which help to open the mind and bring about an understanding and acceptance of those who hold different beliefs about spirituality, and taking in the creative side of life, including music, art, literature, poetry, and being amongst nature, and cultivating a deep awareness of life's interconnectedness. I have found that all these things have enhanced my appreciation of and sensitivity towards the creative realms of my own being and the abilities I possess, and have intensified a sense of awe and wonder of the divine that is found in nature, of which human nature and creativity is also a part, and is the power behind the miracle of earth life itself. What I took from the reading was in fact a word that came to me, and I decided to wrap my talk, my philosophy this morning, around a word, and the word is diversity. At this moment in time, this word has got a very intense meaning. And it is a word that we have trouble speaking of. But I have found a wonderful quote and a couple of definitions. And I'll start with the definitions. Diversity is the fact that there are many different ideas or opinions about something. Diversity is understanding that each individual is unique, and it is about understanding our individuality. Science shows the unity. Art shows the diversity of the riddle which we call the world. Now, think about that. Think about that. And to make it easy, this quote by Ola Joseph: diversity is not about how we differ. Diversity is about embracing one another's uniqueness. And this is a message that I am embracing totally. I had this vision about the world we live in. And I want to take you on a journey of looking at the world as a small blue ball, where all of us have to find room, have to find a way to live our lives. And looking from afar and visualizing ourselves as an itty-weeny tiny speck in this blue ball. Realizing there are billions of other specks just like us. And that maybe, just maybe, we are there for a reason. And the reason may just be to embrace our uniqueness. And from that uniqueness, with wonder, observe the other person. And they may look a lot like us, but in fact, I like to think about that blue ball. You know, ages ago, there was some kind of bomb, and the world came into being, and it was barren, it was empty. But life came to it, light came to it, diversity came to it. Man, woman, a whole lot of people, plants, animals. Oh yes, and there was water, of course, because we need water to live. And all those plants had to be different, had to be unique. And we can play with the idea, we can play with observing from afar how everything came into being. Plants, insects, all kinds of animal life, combined with water, combined with light. And there you were, and there I am. And in this playfulness of watching, of looking at life, at looking at ourselves, it would be a very dull place, don't you think, if we would be exactly the same? What would be the use of that? So, diversity is not a word, not to speak about, like, let me zip my lips, because somebody may become upset, may become angry, may think, ooh, racism, ooh, discrimination, ooh, no, why? Why should I not become curious about you, about who you are, with your history, with your background, your upbringing, your uniqueness? I would like to do that. And in fact, I do believe I do it almost all the time. Well, let me say that I'm human after all. So, I have a lot of question marks. I have been raised with ideas. But embracing the seventh principle, eternal progress, isn't it my job? Isn't it your choice to take up on that? Diversity and embracing one another uniqueness. And musing about that, I felt that it was so appropriate to present this topic this morning. We are a very diverse community. And when this service is over, we all go to our own unique place we live in, country we live in, family. But just for a moment in time, you are invited to simplify diversity and think about it, ponder upon it, to realize how simple it can be. And why do we humans always have some kind of need to complicate life? Why not find the baby inside of us, the purity, the cuddles that we receive, and maybe we can still visualize, feel, when we were so innocent. The innocence is still there. It is our uniqueness. In this fairy tale-like address, I even want to call it the soul. I even want to call it the God spark. And there we are, with all the learning we are taking towards us, with all the studies, with all of the news that we absorb day in, day out. We are forgetting that soul part within us, that uniqueness, that place where we can feel, that place where we can weigh all the information that comes towards us and break it into parts that we can embrace, not the parts that we are told to embrace, but from that purity that we all have. Find ourselves again. And that may seem like a long, long journey back in time. May seem so. But the reading showed you a way, in fact, that just to find your stillness, and in that stillness find your purity. In that stillness find who you are meant to be. And from that to integrate into your community. Not to tell others how to live their lives, oh no, but just by setting an example. One of the definitions you just listened to, art shows the diversity of the riddle which we call the world. What is your art? Is your art drawing, writing poetry? Is your art speaking? Is your art being playful and being able in that playfulness to take others with you? Is your art writing not poetries but stories? Is your art juggling with balls? Is your art ? It doesn't matter. Embrace it. And through that, be your uniqueness. There has been a lot of speaking about embracing, and that in real life at the moment we are not allowed to do. But a virtual embrace can be just as warm, can be just as comforting. So, again, can you embrace the fact that you are unique? And in that, can you allow your neighbor to be unique and embrace them? In fact, I want to end my address just by saying, just by gesturing, I embrace you.